So Tammy, even tell me a little bit about the food bank. How long have you guys been operating here in Mayerthorpe?
The food bank itself has been, I believe, 30 years, and
Okay,
we've had it at the church here for nine, I believe.
9 years.
Yeah.
And how many staff do you have?
We have 15, and that includes, we have some younger kids that help out as well.
Okay. And then how long have you been here, TammyLee?
Since the beginning,
Oh, no kidding.
I actually started helping out before it was at the church. So I've been helping out. I first started with the Christmas hampers, 8, 12, 13 years ago.
No kidding.
And then about 10 years ago, I started helping out with the food bank when it wasn't here yet.
So what drew you to this volunteerism? What's driving you to help out your community?
So when I was a kid, we used the food bank, and I didn't actually realize we used the food bank until I was working at the Christmas hampers, and it kind of like all clicked in and stuff. And just knowing how much it meant to us when we were kids getting stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have a lot of stuff, so when you got that box of food and there was stuff in there that you could eat and whatnot, it was like, it was important. It was a big impact for me, so I wanted to be able to do that for other people.
Yeah. Well, and that's, one of those grassroots things. And I'm guessing you're a child of the 80s, similar to what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it was financial struggles for a lot of good folks.
Yeah, and I had a single mom too, right? So
Yeah. And those are, challenges that, the everyday Albertans and good working folks, sometimes you just need that little bit of a help there.
yeah,
And that's where, the benevolent organizations and civil society groups, folks that volunteer their time and come out, it's not for naught, it's not for waste. And obviously, thank you for sharing your story on that of how you came about it. But you giving your time and giving it back to the community is pretty big.
hmm
Now, I know we recently got some cash up your direction, and really happy to be able to make that work. But also the other one that we were talking about a bit, and it kind of pulled at my heartstrings too, was right during that Christmas period where you guys had some break-ins. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
yeah. So actually, it started last summer that we noticed the windows were being kind of pulled out, and we come in, and our food supply was fairly low at that time because our donations are down during the summertime. Like, we have a big pull around Christmas time, and then again we get a good chunk around Easter, and then it slows down until September. So at that time, it wasn't really easy to tell kind of what was all missing. And then once our food started to come in quite a bit more, then we would notice, okay, well, this shelf was full and now there's things missing off of it. And
Okay.
so on a weekly basis, basically from June till December, we noticed that food had gone missing. At first, like, no windows were being broken, no damage was being done to the building. It was just food missing. So we took measures of trying to build a hamper and stick it outside so that they wouldn't come in the building, and just, that kind of stuff. And for a while they were taking it, no problem. Well, we didn't know what days they were coming. So once it got cold outside, you can't really put, cans of stuff
Yeah.
outside because
Yeah.
it's going to freeze. So we stopped doing that, and then they started breaking in again. But when they started breaking in this time, they were breaking the windows, like smashing them and stuff. And then just before Christmas, they came in, and this is a new freezer, but this
Okay.
size freezer that we have, so I don't know how many cubic foot, it was full of meat, and they almost emptied the
Oh,
freezer
jeez.
right out. So it was, like, that's a big hit for us because we're a smaller food bank, and the that meat was donated ahead of time, like before that, right? And sometimes we buy meat from our farmers, and sometimes it's donated, and to replace it, it's quite a big chunk of money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thankfully we had quite a few donations that came in around that time. We had the freezer donated, and we had, money to replace the meat and stuff. So that was great. And then we actually had a bit of meat donated on top of that. And so it was able to bring us back up where we had lost. We still have to replace our windows, and like, the estimate that we got for that is close to 4,000. So
Okay.
that's kind of, that has to happen right now. They're just boarded up. But with everything that's been happening with COVID, that's
Yeah.
just kind of put on the back burner. It's safe right now, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and what I'm seeing here, and we talked a little bit before, so you have about a 4-month supply. You were mentioning that you go through about roughly $3,000 worth of of product every month just to keep up. And the other thing that I found interesting was that you were talking about was that typically you have cash donations and then you have the food donations. And with COVID taking place, the food donations are really down.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got the cash floating, the monies that we got you should carry you through.
Yeah.
But your operating, I think you were saying, is right around 36,000 a year is roughly just to keep up with what the demand is.
Yeah, that's just food alone. Yeah.
That's just the food alone. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Really happy to be able to help you guys out and to get it back to our community. And again, I can't thank you and your staff enough for helping Albertans who really need it.